All right, Ben, first of all, how do you sum that one up today? Bit of a bad day at the office in the end.
Yeah, we wasn't good first half, First of all, I have to thank every fan that come up before and make sure I give them a clap before the long journey they made up and the conditions we've all felt the last 24 hours to get here. But I can only honestly speak about the first half, and going in at 1-0 down, I thought we didn't play at all well in the first half. I have to be honest with that. I didn't think they had loads of glaring opportunities, but just us, with the energy of the press and us with the ball, we just wasn't ourselves. I just spoke to the boys at the end of the game now and saying that I can't really critique the second half. I have to obviously watch it back in the next 24 hours. But I know the way we played first half, and that certainly wasn't anywhere where I wanted it to be. And then there's no worse feeling than listening in and hearing the music playing, knowing that they'd scored again. So look, it was a bad day. It's just too easy to say. It just wasn't good enough from us today.
Received a red card. The first time you've been sent to the stands as Eastleigh manager. Your take on it?
Yeah, really strange. I've just had an opportunity, I thank the ref for giving me the opportunity to quickly speak to him before we get away. But it's just really hard because we've had a tough week with something that's gone on last week, and now I'm really relying on, them doing the right thing, because I've said a word that I promise everyone that I've not said. The word that he said I've used is not in my vocabulary. I'm gutted about it really, because there's one thing getting sent off and being sat in there and whatever comes with it, but to feel someone's made a word up that I would have said, and it's just nothing I would have said. And people in and around me, their manager, even the people that have been here today, I'm a polite guy. Yes, I'm very passionate about when things are wrong and stuff like that, but the word that he said I've used, it's not a word I would use. I'm really frustrated about that. All I can do now is rely on the fact of people give me a fair hearing, knowing that I've never been sent off before, knowing that I've never had anything sort of like that said about me since I've been manager, knowing how polite I was before the game, after the game, to everyone around, to say doesn't seem like that would be a word that manager used, because 100% I did not say it.
Just looking at sort of generally about today as a spectacle. Halifax grew into the game second half, probably showed why they are where they are in the table, but how tough a place is this to come, particularly with the injuries and how the injuries and suspensions you've got as well. Yeah,
but look, we had the same situation last week. The only difference was obviously we was at home last week, but yeah, it was a tough game. A team that's gone top of the table now. I spoke before in the week leading into it, respectful I am about their manager and the job he's doing here, and they did. Look, they showed today, and the things that I see, why they're doing so well. But I also see that my boys weren't quite on it, and the energy of the press and the being in winning the ball back and the stuff that we did wasn't there today. And obviously there's key components in that missing today that are very good at that sort of stuff. Obviously you think of Housey and Hilly, that's their real two massive characteristics. But it was just a little bit one-paced. And before I went away there, I was just sort of talking to Jace about trying to get Smarty and Vinny on. We was talking about doing it, trying to get them onto the pitch to add that. Vinny's been away with suspension and COVID, so it was hard to start him today. And I spoke to Smarty before, and I just felt getting here with the conditions and stuff like that, it might not have been the day for him today. But clearly it wasn't right, because we lost the game. He might have given us a different dimension. Look, it's credit to where they are in the league now. And I just said to the boys, us being 12th, 13th in the league, I actually haven't looked obviously in the last 10-15 minutes, but they've been playing very well every week. We seem to play well one week and then not so well the next week, and that probably gets you to whereabouts we are at the moment. It's just making sure we can try and kick on into them places above us. But look, we knew this month was going to be tough. We didn't expect the injuries and suspensions and players missing as much as we did the last couple of games. But we've got obviously Notts County next Saturday now, and then Stockport, which were real two hard games away from home to follow this. So let's hope that a few things clear up in a week. Jake won't be back, but Hilly will be back for next week, which will be helpful. Cav's back out running and doing stuff, so he might be in and around it next week. I think that's it. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. But hopefully we'll have a few more bodies ready to go again next week.